And hello, everybody. Welcome to Sports Talk. This is our recap of Sunday's 67th annual running of the Daytona 500. And boy, what a finish it was. I am, of course, Ed. Welcome. We want to thank everyone listening here on Podbean. We're also going to show this on iHeart, Spotify, and YouTube. And let's get right to it. Sunday, the 67th running of the Great America Race, the Daytona 500. The biggest race of the NASCAR season, the Super Bowl of NASCAR. It's seen a lot of eventful guests coming by. So let's get to it right now. Here we go with the highlights. The 67th running of the Daytona 500. The Grand Marshal, Anthony Mackie from the Marvel movies that are coming out recently. And even President Donald Trump was at the racetrack. He even spoke publicly. He spoke with Fox Sports' Jamie Little.
I'm joined now by the President of the United States. Mr. President, 5 years ago, we were standing in this very spot. What brings you back to the Great American Race?
Well, I think it's fantastic. It's great for the country. Our country is doing well again, and we have spirit all over the world. There's spirit again. We brought it back, and it's been less than 4 weeks. So you'll see what we do in a little period of time. It's going to only get better, but this is very exciting.
You brought your granddaughter. I know some of your other family members are here. You get to take a ride around in the Beast. What is that like?
I'll let you know in about 2 minutes because they're going to be going quite quickly, I understand.
The president, his second time being at the Daytona 500. William Byron, the 24 driver who won it last year, looking to be the 5th driver to win it in back-to-back years. Jimmy Johnson, the 7-time champion, hasn't raced in a stock car in 4 years, makes his return to the Great American Race. Joey Logano, defending champion, looking to win another NASCAR Cup championship. Martin Truex Jr., who retired last year from full-time, making his final appearance in the 500, hoping to go out on top. And due to inclement weather, the race was moved up 2 hours to 1:30 Eastern time. So here we go, green flag, the Daytona 500 underway with Martin Truex, Cole Buster, the 41, taking the field down the green line. You see them two abreast, back to back on the 2 rows. You know, it does take a while for these engines to start firing up. There you see the 24, William Byron, the defending winner. After just a few short laps, the race was halted. After a 2-hour delay, the race began at nightfall. And here we go, 18 laps of caution. Finally, the green flag come down. William Byron is the leader. He's met by opposition, Bubba Wallace in the 23. We're going to pick this up with 26 to go on stage 1. Chase Elliott fighting with Joey Logano for the race lead. There are 3 wide going behind the pack. See Chase Elliott pick it up with 24 to go. Chase Elliott in the battle now with Kyle Busch and Joey Logano, defending champion. William Byron right there. Austin Cindric right behind him as well. You see Martin Truex Jr. in there as well. Chase Briscoe taking over for the 19. Up in the top 5. Joey Logano takes the lead out of that exchange. 3 laps to go in stage 1. Lap 63, Denny Hamlin runs into trouble. He crashes out. A couple guys go with him. David Gillard, the 38, he crashes out. So we see the replay. Looks like he was bumped by Gillard. Hamlin trying to save it, unable to. See the 21 car, the Wood brothers, involved there. He sustained damages. We take a look at from Ross Chastain's one car onboard camera. He got bumped there by Hamlin as well. So big wreck to end stage one. We go to stage two, lap 71. Todd Bowman, Alex Bowman, the 48, he's the leader. But then trouble, 6 cars get piled up. Martin Truex Jr. is one of them. Chase Briscoe, the other. So we look at the replay. They all stacked up behind Kyle Larson in the 5. And there they go, one after another. 4 cars were involved. Total 6 cars involved in that wreck. Sustained major damages. Lap 130, we go to the final lap of stage 2. It's a shootout between Austin Cindric and Alex Bowman, with Brian Blaney pushing the 2 teammates of Roger Penske. There's Chase Elliott behind in 4th place, but Cindric was able to run away with it as he heads down the backstretch towards the finish line. Austin Cindric wins stage 2. No, not yet. Brian Blaney trying to make a run, but in the end, looks like Blaney edged him out. Blaney wins stage 2 of the Daytona 500. We now go to lap 139 of the third and final stage of the race. Bubba Wallace, the 23, takes the lead, passes Ryan Blaney with a push from Chase Elliott. Kyle Busch doesn't have anyone to push him there. As you see from the onboard camera, too much beating and banging. Wallace takes the lead at 194, clocking at that mileage. Boy, they go fast in restrictor plates, don't they? As they come down the backstretch, 36 to go. Caution after a wreck. 36 laps to go. The green flag is waved. Bubba Wallace with Austin Cindric battling for the lead. Right now, Cindric has the lead. Going into turn 1, you see Ryan Blaney with the push. William Byron is behind Ryan Blaney. Ryan Byron jumps up to second. He gives Bubba Wallace a push. That second row on top is starting to get the momentum. Bubba Wallace gets pushed out to the lead as they head towards the backstretch. As night race falls here in Daytona, Bubba Wallace holds on to the lead after that restart with 35 laps to go. You see the backboard camera. You see the 24 looking to get that second win. Bubba Wallace looking to get his first in the 500. 34 laps to go. Austin Cindric passes Bubba Wallace at the line. He takes the lead. A lot of lead changes in this race, but they always change when it's restrictor plate racing. Kyle Busch was running in 5th. He was trying to snap a 19 race winless streak. Has not won in a long time. 34 to go still. Austin Cindric gets pushed out. Gains a little edge. William Byron pushing to 23, but in no avail. The 2 is still racing hard to win the 500. As you see, all these cars are now beating and banging, trying to get that last second position. Chase Elliott, who was sitting in 6th, dropped to 17th. 15 to go now. Cindric in the lead, in trouble there. Austin Cindric, Brian Blaney, Bubba Wallace, and more are involved in a wreck. The 7th caution of the race. Boy, was that big for all these contenders. Ryan Blaney, the favorable to win. Joey Logano, defending champion, he was taken out. Couldn't win the 500. He got a DNF, and boy, look at the shape of that race car. Damage on the right front. As we see a replay, Logano beating and banging with Kyle Busch. No room to go. Blaney gets bumped from behind, and you see the cars piling up. Byron able to escape that. Chase Elliott was involved in that wreck as well. He spun out. Bubba Wallace involved. Took out a lot of contenders in that last wreck. As we look on board Joey Logano's camp, you see the bumping. Next thing you know, contact made. The 4 involved, the 38 involved, or the 34 involved. Now 7 to go. Austin Cindric leads their single file. Hamlin behind him, Christopher Bell, Herbst, LaJoie, Custer, Nemechek, Ballman, Briscoe, and Dillon in the top 10 with 7 laps to go. You see the Toyotas running well in the top 10, folks. This is some great exciting race, especially by the Toyotas. You see behind Christopher Bell, Austin Cindric, Cole Custer, and trouble. Again, 5 laps to go. Christopher Bell hits the wall, and look at the 60 Look at that. He just flips over, up and down the 60 car. Look at that contact, and just look at the 60 car fly. And the good news is he was okay after that scary bump. If we take a look at the replay, we see car 60 gets crushed in the middle. We see Larson behind him. But look at Christopher Bell. Not sure what happened there, but if we look at the replay, he's getting bump drafted by the 41, but somehow he loses control, clips the 60, and look at the 60 fly. Not the first time that's happened. That happened here in Daytona last season as well. Wow, it was out of Eric Jones' car. Man, imagine that having hit you right there. Again, you see the replay, the 60 car again. What a horrible but incredible crash. Daniel Suarez involved as well, the 99. Now we go to 2 laps to go. Contact to the 35. He gets into the grass. No caution yet. So far, Cindric holds the lead. Again, they do not race back to the flag anymore. Once the caution's out, the field's frozen. We go to the final lap. Caution light has not come out yet. They're still racing. Cindric holds the lead with Hamlin behind him. You see William Byron getting by Cole Custer to the outside, but then there's contact. Hamlin gets taken out. A few more others. William Byron able to get past the wreck. He gets in front. No caution came out. They race back to the front. And William Byron becomes the 5th driver to win the Daytona 500. On the anniversary of Jeff Gordon's 3rd win in the 47th Daytona 500, 20 years ago this year. William Byron, again, for the 2nd time in history, is the 5th driver to win the Daytona 500 for Hendrick Motorsports. So we take a look at the top 10. Ty Reddick in the 45 has his best finish of the 500. 7-time champion Jimmy Johnson finishes 3rd, his best finish in the 500. Taze Briscoe 4th, Nemechek 5th, Alex Baldwin 6th, Ryan Blaney 7th, Austin Cindric, who was up there in the front, on 8th. AJ Allgaier in the 40 finishes 9th, and then Chris Buescher rounds out the top 10 in the 67th annual Daytona 500. Again, as we take a look at some stats here on Sports Talk, William Byron becomes the 5th driver to win the Daytona 500 in back-to-back years. Again, we go back 20 years ago. Jeff Gordon takes the field with 3 laps to go. Survives the threat of Kurt Busch, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and Tony Stewart. And Jeff Gordon wins his third Daytona 500 20 years ago. And then 20 years later, a guy by the name of William Byron, who took over this 24 car after Chase Elliott swapped crew numbers, has become a success in this 24 car. You look at the burnouts he does. After the race, he spoke with Jamie Little about his victory.
How did you come through the pack and avoid the chaos to make it 2 in a row at Daytona?
Yeah, obviously some good fortune, but just trusted my instinct on the last lap there. I felt like they were getting squirrely on the bottom, and just I was honestly gonna go 3rd lane regardless, because I was probably 6th coming down the back. So just obviously fortunate that it worked out in our favor, but just really proud of this team. Worked super hard all week and had an amazing car. Just had a really hard time with the fuel savings and kind of staying towards the front. So crazy, yeah. I mean, I can't honestly believe that, but we're here, so proud of it.
William, you won this last year, and you know what a big moment it was. Can you describe what this race does for a driver, especially like yourself, and now to get to do it a 2nd time? What does this race mean?
Yeah, it's obviously really special. It's an amazing race, and obviously a lot of crazy racing out there tonight, and just a lot of pushing and shoving. coming, but just really proud of our team. I can't stress that enough. I'm just super thankful for this group and everything that they do in the offseason to get prepared, and we plan on trying to win a lot of races this year, so we're not going to stop here. We're going to continue to push forward and try to get to Phoenix.
Congratulations. William Byron wins the Daytona 500.
William Byron was one of the drivers favorable to win the championship last year, but lost it out to Johnny Logano. He's hopeful to win more races this year. As we try to get more post-race interviews here on Sports Talk, courtesy of Fox Sports, the Daytona 500 was one of the best races I've seen in a long time. Here's more reactions.
Yeah, with that restart we had with 15 to go, we kind of got checked up in the middle and kind of ended up further back than we wanted to be. So we kind of just didn't really want to. We ducked out of it, hoping for the caution. We got it, but we were still lined up 16th there on the green-white checkered. So when they started to spin on the dog leg, I kind of jumped out of line thinking that was going to be it. We just kept going. So yeah, I knew that me and the 24 had like a good run, and they were throwing big blocks. And when they started spinning on the inside, I had a run on the 24. I thought, man, if I could just snake through in the 11, not scrub my speed, I would have at least had an opportunity to do something. But all in all, I never really finished the race here unless it was 40 laps down. So I'll take second. We wanted to get a good start to the year, and we scored a lot of points today. So I'm really happy with everyone's effort on this 45 Nasty Beast Toyota Camry.
Tyler Reddick finished his second. That was him giving his views. His best finish in the 500. After the race, Denny Hamlin, who was taken out, spoke briefly.
Many times in the last 10 laps, appreciate National Debt Relief coming on and giving them a great ride, but we didn't have the caution on the first straightaway spin, and I was like, well, that's the second lease on life to try to get the two, so I measured up the two, got a run on them, and stayed with them enough to where I could kind of control what side I wanted to pass them on. And then, we had pulled away from the pack slightly, so I knew a run was going to come. 41 had the run, and I chose not to block them. Like, in these races, you got to live to make it off of turn 4, and we just didn't. I thought that the 41 came down, and I'm pushing the 2 down as low as I can, giving the 41 all the space and not stopping his run. But I thought he hung, not hung a left, but steered left and was trying to crowd it. And I understand everyone's trying to go for it, and he's going for it, and all of us are. But in those situations, I told him it's like we gotta get all 4. Then we can do this. But we just never made it. And
obviously, a very disappointing night for Denny Hamlin. Meanwhile, Jimmy Johnson, mentioned earlier, the 7-time champion, who hasn't raced in 4 years in NASCAR, finished third in the Daytona 500 in the 84 car. Let's hear what he had to say.
I've never been in this position as an owner, and it's really opened up a different set of emotions, and the pride that I have in this result, and the pride that I have in this company, and all that we're trying to achieve and the journey we're on. I'm so satisfied, so happy right now. Excited we have 2 cars in the top 5. I hope Jack is watching. Thank you, buddy. We got your car in the top 3, and a big thanks to Carvana and their continued support. Mobile One, Advent Health, Family Dollar Tree. It's just been an interesting couple of years, and to have the cars come out and be this strong. This Toyota was rocket ship fast. I'm just smiling inside now.
That was Jimmy Johnson again, 7-time champion. Finishes third. Even Shaq is one of the owners of that 84 car. After the race, Austin Cindric, who was up there hoping to win it, shared what he felt after the race.
The shots come back to the line. I felt like everybody was pretty responsible there on the bottom, and I thought we were going to have another run at it, but just to get that far separated, it's a shame, man. I love the opportunity to come out here and have the speed weeks that we had. Everybody at Team Penske, Ford Performance, Discount Tire, that
makes this possible for me. I'm out here living my dream, and I'm pissed because we're that close, and we've been that close before. And obviously, winning the race doesn't change anything. I mean, I want to come out here and do it each time, and I'm just thankful for fast race cars and very frustrated with the result.
All right, thanks for saying to talk to us, Austin.
Hey, Ray.
That was Austin Cindric. Again, thanks to Fox Sports for the content and the interviews. After the conclusion of the 67th running of the Daytona 500, a long rain delay, the race resumed at night, but we got a lot of action in, all 200 laps completed, and for the second year in a row, William Byron wins the Daytona 500. Hey guys, this is Ed from Sports Talk. If you want to listen more on our podcast, feel free. We are on Podbean, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Sports Talk with Ed. If you want to listen to current events, past episodes, and other contents, follow us on YouTube, Sports Talk with Ed. Don't forget to hit the little bell button there to be notified every time a new podcast is posted. As we always say, another podcast, another day. Thanks for watching.